Thanks so much for your thoughts on that one.
God.
Let's talk about She-Hulk. Something maybe still controversial. Not the figure though. The figure looks incredible. So we need to
Yeah,
talk
hell
about
yeah.
this. Guys,
Hell
I
yeah.
want to bring up the idea worthy of a pre-order. I know
Mhm.
since a lot of us in the States over here, I know not Justin, but we typically order from Sideshow or Sideshow related places, right?
Mhm.
And what's been happening as of late for characters that are maybe deemed a little less popular, they're not a high pre-order volume moving numbers, they go on waitlist more quickly. So then
Mhm.
you're forced to maybe find them somewhere else or just kind of play the game a little bit.
Yeah.
So She-Hulk is one that I want to talk about because one thing that I actually noticed, people were more excited about this figure than I thought they were going to be originally. Because I thought, oh, no one really liked the show. No one's going to give a shit. I originally thought that they were going to put this out with like joints. They were going to be like, just take it. Like, we got to make the She-Hulk, just take it with joints. We're going to give it like some shitty like rooted hair or something and just give it to you, right? And then you don't want it anyway. So, but supposedly people do want it. I even saw in my video, I did a preview video on this figure, and I was pretty fair. I felt like I was like, yeah, but does anyone really care? And I got like 5 dislikes. So like people, and that's a lot for me. So like normally I get like 1 or 2, right? So people really do want this figure, and I obviously offended some people. So sorry to you out there. But I will say, is this worthy of a pre-order? That's the question I want to ask, because I do feel like for people that are on the fence, this might not be one that sticks around for too long, because I'm not sure, like it's more popular than I thought it was going to be, but I'm not sure it's going to be super popular nonetheless, because it's She-Hulk and the show is pretty divisive. Anytime there's a divisive piece of content, pre-order numbers, and it just depends. Unless the character's beloved, then it's a little bit questionable. But Leo, I want to start with you, man. I know for you it's going to be worthy of a pre-order, but do you think for anyone on the fence, do you think they should pre-order this or they should wait a little bit?
I mean, that's the thing. Is like we can't really speak for everybody, and that's
Right.
the hard thing. It's like I don't want to come across telling you that you should do it. If you're looking for comic accuracy, then yes, this is a must. If you want to have that comic representation in your collection, this is a must. I mean, literally, do what I do. If you're on the fence about it, separate it from the show. Like literally separate it from the show. And here's the thing. Think about it long term. Yes, we saw a show that might not been as successful to people as far as their likes, dislikes. They may not have actually gravitated to the show based on how it ended. It started strong, it ended, nah. But we're going to see her again. Like literally, we're going to see her again. Just keep in mind, we have Secret Wars coming years down the line. They're going to introduce this character, and she was very pivotal in Secret Wars. So again, just think about that. It is a redeemable concept when it comes to her character. We will see something else. I mean, they'll probably keep some of the comedic value there, but they'll get more intense as we go because she's coming into her zone. You know what I mean? She knows, basically who she is now, what she possesses. As far as a figure, this is an amazing piece, bro. Like literally the sculpted hair, they got the flow of it. It looks really good. Seamless joints, the quads look incredible. Like literally, it's a show of strength, and I really support this. So this definitely was a day one pre-order for me, man, because I could not pass it up. It's because I've wanted a She-Hulk. I was even telling you, bro, like I've collected She-Hulk since I was young. I've collected the actual comics. You know what I mean? The comic run. Even her first interest. So I've actually been doing that, for a while. I wanted to get that premium format statue when they released it, but I missed out on it at that time. I slept on it. It was my problem. But at the same time, this is incredible. I'm even thinking about getting 2 just to kind of repurpose one. Probably it's 2 things. Maybe actually get like a suit just to put her in like a suit just to give her that look, or repurpose the costume and make it basically more resemblance to Fantastic Four, because at one point she was a member of the Fantastic Four. So again, there's so many different things that I can actually do with this, but it's definitely worthy. I hate that they put it next to this particular figure because I hate this Hulk. I really do. I mean, and I don't want to shit on everybody else's praise, just my opinion. I don't like this version of Hulk, but it is what it is. But she looks good. Definitely the as far as the height, they got that right. Just how the figure looks, even with the seamless arms. I mean, with the seamless arms and the jointed with the wrist pegs, you can't really see them. They blended this so well. It looks so good. So yeah, I cannot wait to get this piece in hand. I will have it. Only one other critique about it is that they should have gave it another head sculpt where it was a bit more, because during the show she did have a serious look at some point, so if we could have actually did that. I mean, look, They did the same thing with Thanos. They gave us 2 head sculpts, one where he showed that confidence, one where he was angry. You know what I mean? They could have did something like that, you know. But I know what it would cost a little bit more. To me, $300 is worth it. Like literally it is. Because you're getting a customized body, green at that, and it's very detailed. You're getting an incredible head sculpt. You get the purrs, rolling eyes. Doesn't come with a lot of accessories, but it's She-Hulk. Like, what else does she need? She's strong as fuck. So I mean, that's basically what it is. But I love this figure, bro. Again, I cannot wait to have this in my collection.
Yeah. Well, all she needs is a cell phone, Leo, and a base. That's it.
Yeah,
bro. And
definitely.
that's really, I mean, you don't really need much else. I mean,
Nah,
like,
bro.
you know, like you need like, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So, but yeah, for me, she's, you know, I only watched 3 episodes of the show, so she's not for me. But there are more people out there, Leo, than I originally anticipated that really do care about this figure. Like you said, maybe because of comic orders, and maybe they just like the show. Maybe more people like the show than I originally thought.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that did like the show. I mean, I'm just amongst the minority probably that did not like it, but there are people out there who enjoyed the comedic value. They loved it. You know, I will say that, you know, if I had to choose between this and Love and Thunder, I like this more than Love and Thunder. But I mean, all things subjective. But I mean, still, you know, with all that basically being said, I mean, I even like the shot of her standing in front of Daredevil. I mean, so I can't wait to get that figure. Hopefully they announce that soon. But all in all, man, I'm definitely excited about it. I'm gonna have it in my collection. I'm going to also do the voiceover when Justin does the review. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to make it sound super smooth. You just see his hand. So if you see a white dude's hand, my voice, don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. We'll explain that. But no, I like this, man. I cannot wait. Definitely.
Yeah. And yeah, absolutely, man. And like one thing I do want to, you know, throw in before I jump to Nick on this one is just kind of the idea of saying like to pre-order or not, because Leo is right. Like it's going to be so personal for every individual person. I guess the way I'm looking at it is I don't want people to necessarily panic and be like, well, they're not going to make that many of these. So if I'm on the fence, I better just pre-order it. I still say, regardless of that, you have to be positive that you want it, or pretty damn near positive. Because if you're going to pre-order it nowadays, you know, they build in a lot of time for delays and stuff. So you're probably not getting your NRD back if you try to cancel that. So $300, that's 30%, or, you know, $30 is 10% rather. So that's something to factor into this. So I do feel like, yeah, if you got to be pretty sure you're going to want this. If you do, the figure looks great. It's amazing. But you got to really love the character too. So if you're kind of on the fence, I would say wait a little bit, think a little bit more about it. But it's going to be personal for everyone. But Nick, what do you think, bro? Are you what do you think people should do about this She-Hulk? Should they pre-order if they want it? What are your general thoughts?
I think same thing as Leo said. If you love the character, if you love the show, I think you got to get it. Because I think this figure is honestly like, this is me personally. I think it's like a 10. I think like this is one of those showings. I think this is one of those Hot Toys figures they show off, and this is like them at their best. It's kind of like the Darth Vader, like the DX Vader they just did this year for me personally. Like, it's on par with that. Like much like Leo said, I think the only thing you could have added was an extra head sculpt, just because it's a little weird. She'll be smiling all the time, but like,
you know what? Hey, Nick, pose her with Robin.
Just have her looking down at Robin.
But I mean, I think the head sculpt's like perfect. The hair sculpt is like incredible. I think for me, that's like the one thing that stands out too. It looks so real. And then and for some reason her legs look really good too. It's really nice. But
he was like, her legs look really nice. I know what you meant, but it was funny.
You know, what are you gonna do? You know, her legs look really nice.
That's hilarious.
But like for me personally, I'm not gonna get it. But like, dude, once again, like the Batman and Robin, part of me really wants it because it looks so nice. And I thought the show, like, I enjoyed it. It's not a good show, but like I enjoy it. Like I can watch it again and I'll like have fun with it. But yeah, that's like what I think. I think it's an amazing figure, and I think if you love the show, you should get it. If you're iffy about it, you should wait. She'll be around. She ain't going nowhere.
She'll definitely be around.
She'll probably have a cooler costume next time too, you know? Like maybe something else, Yeah,
could be another version. Sometimes you get the first version and it's just always going to be the coolest though, and you never really know. And sometimes like the last version and the next one. What'd you say?
Like OG Mando.
Yeah, OG Mando. Yeah. Dude, that Dursto Mando, that should have been around longer. Let's be real. It should have been around longer. And you know, I think the first Loki figure was Avengers, if I'm not mistaken, because they never made the Thor 1, which I'm hoping one day that they do. But
such a good suit.
I know, it's such a good suit, Justin. I can't believe they didn't make that. I'm hoping for like a Toy Fair exclusive or some point where they do like Thor 1 Loki. Like, you know, I think that would be pretty cool. But nonetheless,
Yeah,
Justin,
yeah.
what are your thoughts on the She-Hulk, man? Do you think people should jump on this if they're thinking about it?
I think this is, we're going to come to know this as the Batman Forever effect. Not necessarily a well-received film by everyone, but the figures are dope. So I'm with both of y'all, Nick and Lael, that this is incredible. This is one of the best showings I've seen from them in a while. They didn't really skimp out on anything that really, like, a second head sculpt would have been great. Second outfit would have been great, but it's not enough to say, oh, I wouldn't get it because it doesn't come with those things, at least for me. I love the body. That hair, Nick, you're right. It looks so good. This might be some of their best sculpted hair.
It's so layered. It has so much
so layered.
Yeah.
The texture is so fine. There's so many strands, separate strands. And based off the poses that they've shown, it doesn't seem to be that restrictive. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be as posable as a rooted hair figure. 100%, of course. But I think this is a good blend. And when you move the eyes, you pretty much change the expression on that sculpt from one side to the other. It kind of shifts that expression. And I really like that. It kind of works almost as a second sculpt because you can completely change the perspective of how you're viewing the figure just by switching the eyes around or up or down. And that seam where the wrist connects, how the rubber goes like under the hand, it's very clever. We've seen previously where they were too scared to do that, maybe because when you move the hand, it would peel the rubber away. But this, I think, is a show of confidence. They're like, hey, we can do one-off custom big bodies like this. We can do them in green. We can do them in any color you want. Does this mean the next Avatar figure will be seamless? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I would cop that for sure. But yeah, She-Hulk, I'm all about this, and bring on that Daredevil. Seriously.
Yeah.
The whole reason I watched that show was for Daredevil, and Steph was so angry at me because she loves Tatiana. She watched her in Orphan Black, and she because she was all in for Tatiana. I was there. I was like, so Daredevil's coming this week, yeah. And I was just every episode I was like, okay, he's gonna be here this week. I'm so excited. And then he wasn't. I was like, God damn it! And she's like, get over Daredevil. He's not that good. Seriously,
he's not that good.
And then finally he arrived. And I was like, yes. And then that episode was my favorite. So I really want that Daredevil and them together. I think it's going to be awesome. I was hoping to see maybe a 2-pack with Jen Walters. You know, She-Hulk and Jen Walters. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
I assume
or they give us like a 2-pack with her in the suit, or without,
or a switch out suit.
Yeah.
I assume they're not done with this body though. So in whatever kind of way that we'll see this again, whether it's a different version in the suit, perhaps as a Toy Fair exclusive, or just another appearance of She-Hulk in whatever the hell she's going to appear in next, if anything, then we'll see them use this body again. I think money well spent. I'm all in on this just because it's so unique. As for everyone else, it's going to have to decide if you like something that's going to be big and quite literally stand out because it's enormous, and from an artistry perspective, be top tier. This is it. But if you really, really don't like the character in the show, then I would be hard pressed to say go and get it because it's not going to change your perspective on the show, even though the figure is incredible. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
that's what I would say, Justin. Well, it better articulate to the twerking pose. Because a lot of people are going to want to put her in that pose. Like I swear, dude, at least for photography. So Hot Toys they had to have tested this.
I think it will.
Honestly,
I think it will.
You might be able to because like you can bend seamless bodies like maybe 2 points.
Right.
And then after that, it's too much.
Done.
And like I'm pretty sure she's going to be non-seamless under the costume. So you probably could.
That's true. Ratchet the leg. I did the twerking pose in the Marvel Legends figure, and I had it sitting there. And my sister came over, and she was so angry. She was like, "Come on, you got so much more than just twerk." And I'm like, "What do you want
it's
from
what
me?"
the people want to see. I mean, like,
It's
Yeah, it's like I gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it is a really dope looking figure. But I'm with you guys. I do feel like you have to love the character to end up getting it personally, because it's an amazing piece of art. Like I'm actually surprised again how well this figure came out. I'm surprised Hot Toys put this much effort into it. I thought they would have been like, nah, fuck it, we're gonna half-ass this, like, because they've been half-assing some things. So why not She-Hulk? But apparently they were like, nah, that's why Hot Toys will surprise you sometimes.
Yeah.
They whole-assed this one. They really did, because this looks incredible. This is, you guys are right. This is pretty close to a 10 sculpt.
Hey, we'll check it out though. She did fight alongside Loki.
Okay, well, hopefully she will in something
she was
like
with like Asgardian armor, and she did fight beside Loki.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like that. I like that. And hopefully we get to see that in Loki's show, which will be much better than this one. So, you know, because Loki. Justin's a Loki hater, bro. Come on.
I didn't like the show. I like the character though. I like.
Yeah. I really love the show, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. All right, guys, let's wrap that discussion. We have one super chat before we move on to our next topic.